Ladies and gentlemen, it looks like we got ourselves another Craig Breslow trade. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Red Seat Radio. My name is Corbin, and the Boston Red Sox may not have signed a free agent yet this offseason, but they've been pretty active in the trade market. The three moves Craig Breslow has made that are affecting the Major League roster have all been trades, including one that happened just a couple of hours ago that was announced by the Boston Red Sox that is bringing in right-handed outfielder from the St. Louis Cardinals, Tyler O'Neil. Now, the Red Sox, in order to get Tyler O'Neil, gave up two separate prospects. So what we are going to do in today's video is we're going to break down this new trade. We're going to talk about why the Red Sox targeted Tyler O'Neil, whether or not this is a good get or a bad get or somewhere in the middle. And we're also going to be talking about who these guys the Red Sox gave up are, was it worth what they were giving up, and ultimately try and figure out if this was a good trade, bad trade, or somewhere in between. But before we get into that, do me a favor. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. If you're new here, we talk Red Sox content almost every single day. Also, make sure you guys hit the like button on this video as well. Helps these videos out a ton, and it would mean a lot to me. Thank you all very much for clicking on this one. Let's get into it. Okay, so the actual trade itself involved the Red Sox sending over two pitching prospects, one by the name of Nick Robertson, who may be familiar to some of you guys, and another by the name of Victor Santos. Those guys were exchanged in order for the Red Sox to acquire right-handed hitting outfielder Tyler O'Neil. Now let's talk about what the Red Sox got in return first before we talk about what they gave up. Tyler O'Neil is a really interesting pickup because he has a ton of potential. His best season came in 2021, where he had a 286 average, a 352 on base percentage, and a 560 slug, good for a 148 OPS plus, or about 48% more productive than the average player in Major League Baseball that season. It was a really fantastic year for Tyler O'Neil. On top of that, he also had 34 home runs, 26 doubles, he won a Gold Glove Award, and he came in 8th place in an MVP race. Tyler O'Neil overall is fast, he has a great glove, and he's a ton of power potential from the right side. But he does have a couple of issues that are definitely a concern for the Red Sox fans and probably for the Red Sox themselves. The biggest issue with Tyler O'Neil is the fact that he is consistently injured. Over his career, he has been plagued by a ton of different injuries, which has led to a career 284 average with a 318 on base percentage and a 458 slug, good for a 112 OPS plus, or again, about 12% above league average production. So career-wise, he has been an above average producing player, and none of his statistics really signal anything concerning. What does signal something a bit concerning for Red Sox fans is the fact that he has only appeared in 90 games twice in his entire career. Once in 2021, where he played 138 games, again, the best season of his career, and once in 2022, where he played in 96 games. Outside of that, in almost every single season he's been a part of, now granted, some of those seasons were option seasons where he's being sent down and brought back up, so it limited his ability to make an impact at the Major League level. He has missed some significant time. Last season, he missed a lot of time and was on the IL. He only ended up playing 72 games, where he did struggle a bit at the plate. He had a 231 average, a 312 on base percentage, and a 403 slug, good for about a 94 OPS plus. Still, despite his injury history, this is the perfect type right-handed hitting bat that the Red Sox have been after, right? He only has 1 year left of arbitration, so he is more of a stopgap option for the Red Sox. If they believe he can be healthy, this could be a serious force in the Red Sox lineup. Now, there are some ways that the Red Sox could mitigate some of this risk. Obviously, Tyler O'Neil has had some injury history over the past, and in order to try and prevent as much time on the IL as possible, it's more than likely we're going to see him not in an every single day role. Jarren Duran is more than likely still going to be your starting center fielder, with right now Wilyer Abreu in right field and Masataka Yoshida in left field. The problem with that is that they're all left-handed hitting players. You need some variation in there, and Tyler O'Neil gives you that. He gives you that ability to plug him in every other day, every second day, whatever it is, and allows you to give these guys a breather while also injecting some right-handed pop into this lineup. And Tyler O'Neil is a guy who hits left-handed pitching really, really well. Throughout his career, he has a 112 OPS plus. He also has an 812 OPS, right? He is very effective against lefties, and this is more than likely where you're going to see Tyler O'Neil play play because of that injury risk, right? You want to mitigate that as much as possible, and this is more than likely the best way to do that. But there is a chance that Tyler O'Neil has the ability to play himself into an everyday role. Clearly, this guy has a ton of upside. The Red Sox need that right-handed bat in the lineup, and there is the possibility that Tyler O'Neil can stay healthy and he could stay in left field in more of an everyday role, pushing Masataka Yoshida to your DH, which helps the Red Sox in multiple different ways. It gives the Red Sox an everyday right-handed bat that has a ton of power potential. It also gives the Red Sox a boost defensively in an area in left field where they were towards the bottom of the league last year. It also gets Masataka Yoshida off his feet and allows him to not have to worry about fatigue as much. It could be a perfect solution, but again, it's not a guarantee. You look at why the Red Sox were interested in Tyler O'Neil, and it makes all the sense in the world. He's not a long-term commitment. He's on a one-year contract, and then he's a free agent after 2024. He's worth about $5.5 million, so he's on the lower end in terms of cost to get him. This is a guy who is extremely quick. This is a guy who has a ton of power potential, and this is a guy who you can almost basically certainly plug and play in every single outfield position. You're going to get fairly elite defense. This to me feels like a perfect solution for the Red Sox, but again, it's not a guarantee, and that's my only concern with this trade and what you're getting back is the fact that this isn't a certainty that he's going to be healthy. However, the Red Sox did go out, they did pursue him, they did try and trade for him. My feeling here is that the Red Sox have an idea as to how healthy Tyler O'Neil will be and put a plan in place that allows the Red Sox to utilize him as much as humanly possible with those injury histories. So I do have faith in the Red Sox front office, and the reason why they're going out and getting this guy is extremely clear. But let's talk about who the Red Sox are giving up for Tyler O'Neil and whether or not this trade was worth it. So in terms of the trade package given up for Tyler O'Neil, the Red Sox sent over Victor Santos, who in my opinion isn't really a name I even recognize. He was in the Boston Red Sox system up until 2022, where he was let go that offseason. This offseason, he was re-signed, so he hasn't played in professional American baseball since 2022, but he has been playing in the Dominican Winter Leagues, and in 2023 so far, he has a 2.96 ERA over 7 games and 5 starts with the Dominican Winter League. So he was a fairly solid statistical pitcher in the minor leagues, but to me, this one isn't really hitting close to home, right? You never really saw what this guy looks like back in the minor league system in America. You don't really know what he was going to be. This is sort of a bit of a wild card in terms of the Red Sox and what they're giving up, so I'm okay with giving up a guy like Victor Santos. The other player who was included in this trade was a guy by the name of Nick Robertson. Now, some of you may recognize Nick Robertson. If you don't, he was the sort of headline deal with the Dodgers when the Red Sox traded Kike Hernandez. Nick Robertson has actually spent some time with the Boston Red Sox last season where it didn't go super well. He had a 6 even ERA with a 1.50 whip and a 78 ERA plus, which is about 22% below the average production in Major League Baseball, but he did have a much lower 4.51 FIP, and it was only 12 innings worth of work, right? It wasn't a big enough sample size to make a determination as to what Nick Robertson's ceiling at the big league level could look like. But if you remember back when we were talking about this Kike Hernandez trade, we were talking about the fact that Nick Robertson does have a lot of potential at the big league level, maybe not to be an ace or a Cy Young candidate, but to be a really solid setup man or setup to the setup man type reliever where you're looking for 1 inning in the 6th or 7th, maybe even possibly the 8th. He could be a real productive pitcher, especially with the St. Louis Cardinals, where he's going to be able to get that opportunity to do that. So while Nick Robertson, in my opinion, is the bigger loss here, he is still dispensable because of what the Red Sox have done this offseason, right? Because so far, really all they've done is amass a lot of depth minor league sort of relieving type pitchers who could make their way up to the major league level, and sort of lumps Nick Robertson into this category, and it allows the Red Sox to deal from this depth and get guys like Tyler O'Neil. So when we're looking at the package itself given up by the Boston Red Sox, I don't think this is anything anyone's going to lose sleep over, right? Nick Robertson was an intriguing bullpen arm, but he wasn't one of our top prospects. He wasn't a guy that people were super excited for. Victor Santos, I honestly didn't even recognize the name until I did some research on him, so I'm not really going to be missing that guy all that much. This was very much a buy low from the Boston Red Sox, and that's totally okay right now. What does this mean for the Red Sox in the free agent market? Well, it probably means we're not going to see one of Teoscar, Lourdes Gurriel, Adam Duvall coming to the Boston Red Sox in 2024, but I don't really think that's a big deal because We've got Roman Anthony in the wings. You got, say, Don Rafaela in the wings, so I don't think is going to start the year at the major league level. You've got those guys. You don't need someone locked in for 4 or 5 years, and Tyler O'Neil has a ceiling and potential that's actually better than Lourdes Gurriel or Teoscar Hernandez. Bringing in Tyler O'Neil allows you to sort of be like, okay, we're going to make sure that our outfield is good to go at the bare minimum defensively. We're going to try and inject some right-handed power into this lineup, and once the season is done, hey man, thank you so much for your service, but we're good to go. We've got Rafaela, we got Roman Anthony up at the major league level. This is the future of our outfield, right? He's that stopgap option, and again, you aren't giving up a whole lot for him. So to me, this trade makes a whole lot of sense, and I'm actually excited to see what Tyler O'Neil can do. Plus, on top of that, we now have one of the most ripped outfields in all of Major League Baseball. Jarren Duran is absolutely yoked. Tyler O'Neil is crazy ripped, and Masataka Yoshida is sneaky ripped. So we may have the best in-shape outfield in all of Major League Baseball, which probably doesn't do anything to our statistics, but it's pretty cool to say. I'm a big fan of this trade, but I want to know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Let me know what your thoughts are on what the Red Sox gave up, who the Red Sox are bringing in, and let me know whether or not you like this trade or you don't like this trade, or are you somewhere in the middle? Let me know all your thoughts on the Red Sox bringing in Tyler O'Neil in the comment section down below. As always, if you made it to the end of this video, do me a favor. Make sure you guys have hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. If you're new here, we talk Red Sox content almost every single day. Also, make sure you guys have hit the like button on this video as well. Helps these videos out a ton, and it would mean a lot to me. Thank you all very much for clicking on this one, and I will see you in the red seats.